this is Divine Sunshine and welcome to Divine Unisouls 11. I felt that the one that I had for the week had more of the energies of a divine feminine energies written into it, and so I wanted to go back and look and see what's going on with the divine masculine energies for this one. This one will not be broadcast on podcast, but I might jump around and just kind of do this at a later time, clear if I'm guided to do that. So what's coming with the soul's journey of the divine masculine energies right now? Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. I think I've felt that as well. I think I've also had seen maybe that's kind of going through some of the Instagram posts that I have seen too as well. The divine masculine is trying to get more grounded and rooted, and really I'm looking at the colors red and purple here. Really getting grounded and rooted in what it is that they want right now, and to have the understanding of the downloads, the messages and things Spirit is trying to really send right now to the divine masculine energies. Remember again that you can be a female or a masculine that is experiencing or is resonating in the energies of divine masculine energies. Remember, that's the way you show up, the way you stand in your authority, the way in which you interact out into the world. Divine feminine energies is more so about inward stuff that's going on, energies like how you're observing things, what it is that, again, how you're being, your state of being, how you're showing up, as far as how you identify as a being, spiritual. You know, like I say, I'm a human being, having I'm a spiritual being, having a human experience as well. When we're looking at the divine masculine energies right now, there is an appreciation for what's going on in the spirit, or what's the divine feminine energies is doing, because it's seeing that the divine feminine energies is being more so resonating in the heart. Also taking retrospect as far as the beauty about things too as well. I'm seeing this flower, things that are coming in bloom. I'm seeing also this handkerchief to me, and then maybe there's appreciation about how she's dealing with the heartache and the pain, and how she's taking those things and taking the lemons and turning them into lemonade, but she's still standing into her heart space. I'm seeing the number 15 here. I break it down representing the intuition and awareness that she's using, and she's knowing she's creating change by doing that, really leaning on that, not into her own understanding, but beyond that, and creating really true love, like really self-love for self. The divine masculine energies understands that too, as well as how he's showing up in the world. There is some hostilities, but he's being kind of aggressive about that. I see the sword being lifted up. Most time I like the sword down. That means I'm standing in my truth. This right now, he's having the truth here moment in which he is using it as to be very defensive right now, and that's why I think hostility still is. Again, the divine masculine is stressed. I'm picking that up too. I think that he's also aggressive about things, and he's having some hostilities too about what's going on. I'm seeing you got the helmet he has over to the side, which to me represents that again, that I always look at that as almost chopping some people's heads off. As well with that, and he's got the gun here too, some other weapons as well, and so I'm just looking at this. We got the 2. He's wanting unity. He wants this love. 6 is representing love, to create this rebirth here, really truly to have this harmony and this balance right now. But there's this fear factor that's going on as well, and it's interesting. I'm picking up and I'm seeing intuitively the religious factors out of the romance angels, which lets me know, again, I was just listening to James Van Praagh, and he was talking about, you know, again, sometimes the religions brings out this fear. I always say on my channel that religion means what is it that you're thinking constantly over and over and over again, that's bringing out the fear factor as well. And however, still at the end of the day, he wants the divine masculine energies is shooting or targeting or aiming for this happy family. It's almost like that Barney song, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. And so it's, again, great big bushel of hug and a kiss from me to you. I love you and you love me too. So we are really understanding that it's a balance to me. Again, this love I'm putting out, I want this love back to as well, but also about a coming together of all of the pieces of the puzzle, all that is involved, that we're still, at the end of the day, there'll be love represented. I'm seeing this rainbow too, which is representing unity, but I also do a morning exercise that's talking about gratitude and how each one of the rays of the rainbow represents an aspect. They always ask us to do 5. Think about it, and you start out with the color blue, and then it goes into the color of green, and then it goes into violet, and then it goes into purple, into orange, and then it goes into yellow. Seeing about, or is it yellow then orange? Seeing about how each one of those aspects, the orange is last, all those aspects are helpful to understanding that, again, as you go out throughout the day, that gratitude is covering you wherever you go, that you're thankful for everything. I think that the divine masculine energies is getting to a point that understand is grateful for everybody that's being playing a part, every role that everybody's bringing to the table. I'm seeing children here, the new beginnings, the processes of going through the different stages of life, the people in the partnerships too as well. Really having the 4 here, which is really truly having a actual balance to things. I see like the twin flame number being represented, this the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies within coming together and creating this great unity represented here too. So it's interesting. Again, it's got some highs and some lows and some interesting twists and turns here, but there is a balance. It's a high. I think about one time a principal told me, with you, Booker, there is no in between. There's no gray area. You either cold or you're hot. You either white or you're black. There's no in between here. And so what I'm seeing here is that, again, is a appreciation, but then there's hostility and aggression. 2 different polar opposites there. And learning how to be able to maneuver between both of those and to create unity. But we got this fear factor here that's playing a part. And we want to make sure that it's not overruling. Because once you get things that fear, and we know that biologically when the reptilian brain kicks in, you're not able to think or see clearly anything else. And so that is a level of concern here. But again, it's saying again right now, the journey that they're taking is, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love, because this, again, at the end of the day, this is what it is a happy family. That's interesting. I keep on bringing up aspects of, hey, pumpkins, keep on bringing up the aspects of, I keep on seeing cartoons things. Last time was Dora the Explorer. This time we're looking at it from a point of, not it's Barney, because I want this great big family here. Have each other's back. He say family shit is getting on your nerves. Have each other's back. That again is this family. Okay, so the divine masculine energies, and we look as far as, and that's why I call it the voice of divine masculine energies through these cards here, and just really keeping, like they say, I'm keeping it 100, I'm keeping it real, facts, real talk. I was hanging out with my bestie yesterday, a whole bunch of men energies. I was just sitting there, just observing them, just really looking and seeing how the male are, and really to look at the different perspective, because I was raised by like a dad that's like a father's best dad, where it wasn't too much of emotions kind of being shown, but I knew it, because I tapped into that. I could use my empathy, and a lot of times I pulled like, put the veil down, you ain't gotta come showing macho man with me, just come on and keep it real with me. And so I was just sitting there looking at them and seeing how they were interacting with each other. And they almost sounded like old women, it's like, because one of them head was on the crutch and he was getting around and he didn't have his cane with him. And they're like, dude, where your cane at? He like, it's over there. They're like, no. Go get your cane. I don't know why you trying to do this on your own. You ain't going to be healing right if you doing like that. And they were just getting on him. This almost, it was a woman, they would say, they nagging me. And they was getting on him. I say, in some ways, I can hear the voices of their wives speaking through them. Like, no, dude, go get the cane. No, why you trying to act brave in front of us? Get the cane, walk with the cane. No, we want you healed. We want you well. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there like blown, like, do you all hear you all? I say, well, what I'm hearing is, and I went into the spiritual, like, I'm hearing the divine feminine energies where you're in touch with that, your feminine side, which I care about you, man. Like, I got to put up no front. Gone is the days of when the men were putting up a front and just see him and don't say nothing, but internalize be saying, man, he really need to have that cane. He gonna go and hurt himself. Now they were actually expressing it. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. This is here, what I'm picking up from this divine masculine energy here is the family dynamic is getting on their nerves. Now I'm going into the 3D aspect, and this is actually a divine masculine that's in this situation as a male, showing up as a male representative of the divine masculine energies is dominating in there. There's some family issues that's going on. I believe it. I feel it as well, because anytime on the other end, your divine masculine energies has also energies and things that's going on with them. If it's emotionally, it's going to show up with us physically on the other end. And if we're having something physically going on with them, it's going to show up emotionally on the other side with the counterpart. This is my allergies have been active. I've been doing real good. I ain't had to take no allergy medicine. I ain't even had to have no raw honey. Happened this weekend. And then I was like, okay, I kind of know what's going down on the other end, because again, here it is, I'm having some issues with my sinuses, and I keep on telling them, this here, get your stuff together on your side, because it's coming out on my end. So I can tell already, either he irritated me, well, it could be, but it's him. And I think here in the cards it's telling here is about, again, the family stuff. Family matters is an issue. And it's getting on his nerves, and it's playing a part. Family members could go again, maybe again, there might be third party, actually married to something. The family is causing some issues about what's going on, and some dynamics and some concerns, or some actual things that's going on there. Also, we can say about this, when we're talking about the family, there's also about some things that is showing up as far as, because they say this about karmic cycles too as well. Maybe you've seen this before. Even with myself, I can look at that. I've seen this family dynamic of before. I want to address some things with my counterpart about this happening, because it's playing a part, and it's getting on my nerves, and it's not helping me to be able to be in connection or union, and I think this got to be addressed. There's some other things too, as the female too is seeing some childhood wounds, some things about their understanding about some family dynamics or ideologies or philosophies. This also playing a part that they feel is the female representative of the divine masculine energies has to address too as well. So that's what's going on with the female and the divine masculine energies. So again, in the female, it's more so an inward, like I'm feeling like some childhood wounds coming back. Okay, and the male is showing up in the divine masculine. It's actually family. It's like that, the atmosphere in the Addams family. The Addams family. Do-do-do-do. So somebody in the Addams family there that's going on with them is actually showing up almost like, I see from the friends, actually showing up like the Addams family. There's some actually monsters, okay? This also actually showing up in the divine masculine as a male representative. Some stuff has been coming up. So it's like maybe they waking up. Some of them might be waking up just like, damn, what the hell did I just sign up with? I committed to. I mean, this family I'm in, what the? It's like you're saying, what the F? At this one. So this family stuff is really working on the nerve, which is good, because again, if it's working on your nerve, I do like my grandmother said on my dad's side, then you gonna get up and you gonna actually start doing something. It got to bother you. She told my dad that say it ain't bothering you because his tooth was bothering him. And I remember she said, well, it ain't bothering you enough because you ain't went up and went to no dentist to go fix it. So evidently it ain't bothering you that much. This to me, when I'm looking at here, is bothering them. But then we have this fear factor there again that might be blocking from actually doing something. Like, what if I do this and this might happen? What if I say something and this might happen? And, you know, really the Spirit is kind of like guiding them to say, okay, you need to actually just go on ahead and do this. Let me get some clarification about what's going on with this family stuff that's going on. What's going on? Clear. Show me what's going on with the family. Ooh, wow, we got a flyer. Okay, moon. I watched somebody's thing and they were saying that the moon again was fear again. The moon can be fear because again you're going by the illusions, you're going by things that are not true, okay, and it's causing you to really not be able to see things for what it is. I think the key to this to be again is to truly get into your feminine energies. To me, it's fading. It's like it's in, out, in, out. I always think about K Moon. K Moon says in order for you to really in astrology, if there's things going on and all these other astrology planets are showing up in your chart or signs, you look to the one that's missing to bring you strength or to get you out of this. This to me is the thing that's missing is the divine feminine energies because it's very faded. So again, how you can bring that in is use your intuition and your awareness in this situation. Really start to be in your state of being. As the female that's having issues with some childhood wounds that's showing up, use your intuition and your awareness to really see what is the root of this issue because she got red on. Divine masculine energies, looking and seeing what is the heart of why you being irritated. Is it because, again, I don't want to be there no more? These people really, again, now I'm seeing them for what they are. They truly monsters? Do I want to still continue to be associated with this anymore? Is it something I need to do, or maybe I need to in my divine feminine energies looking to see again, is there some childhood wounds that I'm not looking at that keeps on patterning me and saying I'm used to this as well? And that's the same thing with the female about that. Is there some pattern that's in, again, when it's talking about the family dynamic that keeps me into or attracting these type of relationships or these type of situations as well. So it's something about the moon here. Again, it's the illusions and them needing to also draw on the divine feminine energies as well. I hear somebody say, get in there. I'm going to use the karmic things. Karmic cards here too as well. What is the karmic lesson that this divine masculine energies is supposed to learn? Clear. Wow. I ain't used these in a long time. Okay, so we got 8. It needs to be a rebirth, but the rebirth here, we got 8 of Wands here, which is, again, you know, I don't do the traditional tarot readings, things. He's got to get ready to set sail to go away, to set sail for this twin flame journey, because I remember about the honeymoon. If you want really the honey to be flowing and to really get into a place that's a good place of bliss, you got to get ready to set sail. To me, I'm seeing this tower. This tower is jumping off of this card here. Understanding that there's got to be a tower. This tower moment has came. This tower moment about this family getting on your nerves. That's your tower moment. Sometimes they ain't got to be hard ones. They could be a soft tower. But it might be a hard one because I don't know what the situation is. That, again, that you're like, nah, this was major. This is major. We had an argument on Father's Day. It was supposed to be my damn day. I'm saying as male. And I mean, it was a damn disaster. It was an argument. People was talking about how I wasn't no good father, you know, things of that nature. I don't know what I'm just channeling off for somebody. And you know, and it was just really a horrible thing. I thought it was gonna be a real nice, relaxing barbecue, and before I know it, secrets and things came out, and me and the missus, we had an argument about it, you know, whatever. It was just not peaceful. Who knows? That was, again, that was that, or just a little thing. Might not even be that major. You know, people saying things. I'm picking up from one of the males as a divine masculine. It's some shade, some side dishing going on, some side shade being thrown at it, and like, okay, you know, I'm not that kind of went over my head, but then I was like, no, let me catch that. Wait a second, what you did say? You know, and it's like some of that going on as well. We got the number 10 here. This divine masculine energies is really has been playing poker face with this poker face. So whatever it is like really not letting people know about their real true emotions about the situation because of fear, about the people who are all around, they're watching them. Somebody's got like some older person, divine masculine energies. It could be a male actually looking at them and really zeroing in on them, seeing with their hands what they're doing, or it could be a female that's really got some strong divine masculine energies too as well. That's watching. We got everything, people wearing masks, people real phony, but they're adding, somebody got this fan here, somebody's adding flame, adding fuel to the fire, or they're fanning the flames and making it worse by the things that they saying. Again, that's that side dissing on the side, that shade they throwing, and it's like, okay, like really, okay. So that's not helping as well. We have also with here, this is the divine feminine energies. That's interesting. I had a dream about the divine masculine was naked, but the divine feminine energies, yeah, no, I was playing. 9, ending cycles. The divine feminine energies is wanting to end cycles. The divine masculine is watching from afar, really wanting to be in that high place. There's 9 wands here, but there's got to be some actions that's got to be taken so we can end this. The divine feminine energies is really right there. I see she's got this girdle on, and she's girding her midsection, which is really holding on to her solar plex, how she's standing in her power, how she's showing up into the world too as well. But there is again wanting to be able to nurture, okay, because the breasts are out. So again, nurture herself, either again to be nurturing. So she's really getting into that divine feminine energies. The divine masculine energies is also being propelled or being pushed into this situation by families. Like, you know, the divine feminine energies really wants to be nurtured in wherever situations or relationship that they're in. Really wants to be able to stand in their power, hold that as well, really have those boundaries as well. And so those are the things in which is really being showed up there. And I seen this red hair, and about really in their thinking, really truly being grounded in their thinking too as well. Right now, when it comes to this, I see back here, and that's to me that white hair is the karmic, or the again where the hard lessons, whatever situation that he's in there. He's been again doing whatever it takes there. Again, I'm seeing the pentacles here, which is about money, to get that money or to hold on to the material world that he knows, which is again making him act out of fear and not really truly being true to himself, because really at the center of it all, he wants the divine feminine. Okay, the divine feminine is, again, he wants to be in his heart space. He wants, again, to be, again, she's in her power. This divine feminine that he views energies, whether it's within himself or on the outside in the real 3D, as a female or a male, whichever his divine counterpart, really feels that she is really holding on and really has a great foundation, because girdles is used for foundation, as far as how she's standing in her power. The divine feminine is standing in their power and how they're showing up in the world. And he really just wants to just be in full. She's got her breast out. He wants to be nurtured by that. He wants to have intimacy with her. He wants to be intimate, like it's just me and you against the world. And that's it. And I'm seeing him in the chair, which means he really truly wants to be in the driver's seat with this. We got the 2 here, those 2 of pentacles, but really having a groundedness and a unity and a coming together in the world. Okay, this is where he is right now. When we look at what is, okay, let's look for that one. And the last thing is at the end. I'll put that there. So the romance angels, let's look and see what the angels are saying here. Ready to go. Okay, whatever. We leave it to tomorrow. Well, I'll be at the game. Clear. I don't want to have no bad things on that one either. Okay, right now, oh, I did the wisdom. Okay, all right. Wisdom wise, spirit's wisdom, or God's intelligence, what spirit wants to say, the ultimate divine wisdom, is stating that really understanding, it's got to strategize and understand it. Right now, this is not for you. Whatever the family or the connections that you're having right now, that connectionness is not for you. You need to start strategizing how you can get out of this, your next steps, okay? This fear factor, you got to be more intentional. You got to look at the windows of your soul here, because they're saying this is in reverse. Here it is strongly being advised. Again, the wisdom of it is, again, that it is time to go. Although you might feel, I'm getting fork in the road, that right now it's not time. It might not be time right now. You might need to, as Jada Pinkett Smith, or again, like they say, again, when we're connected with people, the laws of entanglement, that thing, you really do have to entangle some things, but at the end of the day, the goal is what? It's time to go. Your divine feminine energies is saying, follow me. Like the house song we have here in Chicago. Follow me, follow me, follow me. It's time to follow. It's time for you to start marching along. It's time, although you can't see where the doorway and where it's leading to, you need to go, because again, the divine feminine energies is leaving you a trail of stars, hopes and wishes and dreams, the desires, the desire to be in your complete divine feminine energies. This is what it is. But again, that looks like that dock of the bay here. This looks like, again, that same wood palette there. Again, we're going for beyond anyone else. That means, again, I can't be putting anyone else above where I actually want to go. We're at the end. I told you my divine masculine calls it, whenever he sees that or hear the song, it means death. There is, right, there's an ending, there's a death here, because again, we're going, it's at the dock of the bay, we're docking, we're ending it, the bay, beyond, B-A-E, beyond anyone else, because again, I put everyone else, I've released my power, I've given my power to other people. It's time for me again, there's nobody else, it's time for me to gain my power. Here we got the 4 here, which is to get grounded, balance, divine feminine, divine masculine energies coming together to create this change. So the 4 plus 5 equals 9 to end these cycles. This is where we are. And 6 is here, is in love. What is it again? If we let love lead the way, it's going to create those changes. Because right now, for the divine masculine energies, according to source, clear, the life change that's on your way is the following. Hobbies, you need to find you some kind of other interest to be interested in. Again, well, hobbies to me be another thing, what far as mission or something else to keep your mind off of this, again, because it might be keeping you in a low vibe. So get you something else, again, that's a little bit more freeing, more of a kind of like a distraction from what you are actually in, a hobby, and getting into something that you actually love and you're interested in. Because right now, this has become not a hobby, but it's become a job. It has become a task that, you know, again, that's putting a lot of lead into your ass. And so then again, you're not really interested in it. So again, that's going to help you to stand in your power, and it's going to be able to help you get the downloads too as well. Because I always feel like, to me, when I do things or hobbies, like I might cook or I might do something, I always say I want to get into that creative vibe. Because why? That helps me to reside in the same alignment as like with spirit, with God. God creates things and manifests things. And that gets me into that manifestation power. That's just a nice little key, a clue to you as well. And by me doing that, that's really helpful to me when I say, I think I want to create something. I'll go draw something and do something that helps me to get into that creative manifestation alignment, the really truly the divine power of bringing things forth into fruition, into giving birth into it, into a manifestation, into the 3D. Also here again, you're changing For the divine masculine energy is spiritual growth again. I see the color orange here, which means building healthy relationships, being able to manifest things too as well. Because it's really clearly black and white, and by you doing this, getting into your spiritual growth, this is going to help you to again stand in your power, again build healthy relationships, but also more than that, it's going to help you to be into your bliss. So that is why you need to do that, because again the spirit is asking you to be true to you. There is again something here about the orange here, about sacral energies, which is again having intimacy, being able to connect, have healthy connections as well, being able to again transform your healthy connections and being able to manifest the very things that you want, which is really this happy family. But again, also again standing in your power, because it's really black and white, but I see brown here. You got to eliminate some things too as well that no longer serve you, so you can really be able to stand in your power. Solar plexus is represented here, and to be into your bliss. Your bliss is blossoming. You really, if you go after that and you really feast off of this, because I'm looking at this butterfly like it's getting the nectar from it, and you understand that's the sweetness of life of you going after your bliss. That is it. And it says about a new career, divine masculine energy. So divine masculine energy is here again. You got to eliminate some things. Again, manifest this newness. Again, I told you, like this right now, whatever it is in this family, it's been became like a job. It has been work. It has been a task for you, and they're really saying it's time for you to get a new hobby and a new career. Might even be even for divine divine masculine or females or males, actually changing jobs, because that's also going to bring in some new energies, and you'd be surprised how that helps to let's say formulate and also affect other areas of your life. You know, you might get a new job, got a new Papa got a brand new bag. It might help you to be able to change in that area too as well. But all that newness, I always think about my dad saying that, you know, because I remember one time he had painted the room, the place over there, and he's like, nah, that means I gotta get some new furniture, because this furniture don't look right. And before he said, okay, now furniture don't look right, this floor don't look right, and now, you know, now this looks clean, I gotta think about the whole rest of the house. And so that is, you know, it's a domino effect. Once you bring that newness in, that new energy, and it brings also other things that need to be, home needs to be refreshed. Everything else needs to be refreshed as well. So that's something to kind of think about too as well on that one. Did I do that one? I bought that one. The romance angels want to also bring to you the following. What's their advice? Okay. All right, 33. Whatever. Clear. Right now, the romance angels' advice to you right now is to keep an open mind. Your soul may differ from your usual expectations and type and expectations. Right now, I would say soulmate. To me, I'm hearing the word is soul match. Whatever's matching up with your soul. Right now you are fearful, and right now the way it's appearing might be totally different than the way that you expect for things to show up in your life, or whatever you want to connect with. So they want you to keep an open mind with that. I feel also want some of you all, and it's not everybody, but for the divine masculine energies out there, maybe in the male, for you, the reason why you're kind of fearful is because, again, you can't believe that the person that you attract is known to be your divine lover, or your divine counterpart, or your divine soulmate, or whatever it is that you want to call it, or divine partner, is showing up the way they are. That's a little block for you, and it's like, okay, I'm on a jump and make this leap of faith to go into this person's arms. I'm a little kind of like question marking it. But I know instinctively within my heart that I can have truly this family, this happy family that I want. This divine feminine energies does have some childhood, this feminine rather, not that, because I can hear somebody saying the soul is perfect, ain't no problem with the spirit and the soul, so stop putting on human effects or issues with them. This female that this male is dealing with has some childhood issues, and to him that's a little bit kind of alarming and making him have a question mark about doing this, you know. But it seems like to me that she's finding ways to be in harmony about what's going on with the childhood issues, and right now she's making light of things and kind of raising it up to a higher vibration. So she's got a handle on that. So if this is a male watching this and saying I was kind of a little leery about this, know that understanding it's okay. The divine guidance is there leading both of them, the divine, the female and the male in this situation. The divine masculine energies, or this male, has got to learn how to be able to look. I'm looking at him. He's looking at her with judgment, though. He got to release that. You cannot be looking at her with this judgment thing about whatever she's saying or doing or whatever. You've got to. That's why you got to keep an open minded, because you're a little too nitpicky about everything that she's bringing up to the table, and that's something that again you got to be open with. The romance angels that want to say again with this, if this is again about some romantic situation, again playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. It's got to be an even swinging back and forth and effort. In order for you to swing on the swing, remember it takes both of us to kind of go up, back and forth. So that means the female and the male energies in this, or the dynamics of in the physical, they both got to work at this in order for this to work. But it's got to be playful and not, and from a lighter energy, but not so heavy. Okay, that's what's got to do. It's got to make the effort. Okay, this fear factor, although you're trying to do that again, and again it said your fear, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Whatever you're fearful of, or whatever, it's a conversation that's got to be said, or there's some action that's got to be done, it said go ahead and do it, because great love is worth taking the risk you got it to take. I talked about that in the divine feminine energy of the overall energies. I say it's something about the risk taking that we got to take in order to turn the real, to make some kind of forward action and happen, so we can end the cycle and be ready to start back at one all over with a fresh start. And this is where it is. But we got to first again love yourself first. That means to me again, it goes back to that bay, beyond anyone else. We got to put ourselves first. If we at the ending of the dock of the bay about this family situation, we got to put that fear to the side, and we got to put ourselves first, because this relationship or whatever this dynamic that you want about this love and being in this family, it's going to take you respecting yourself first. And that's what's going to make you more attractive. Not even romantic attractive like they say, but it's going to attract the actual love that you want, or the relationship dynamics that you want to experience to come to you, because you're loving yourself first. You're putting yourself first. You're not giving your power away. You're putting yourself first there. And some of again says we got to have this heart-to-heart conversation. We gotta either through the 50 connect heart to heart. That's why I think when they say conversations. And then some of us, it's got to again in the 3D, we've got to the 50 heart to heart connections, talking to their higher self, having that conversation. But then some of us again also has got to have that talk about what's going on, especially the female that's having this childhood wounds. Maybe you need to kind of explain to your person about, listen here, when certain things happen, this is what's going on, and pray that again he's not looking for your judgmental thing, that again he's going to listen to you with an open mind, although you're fearful about it again. But again, this is again going to help you to move into the energy of love. And it's got to be an honest discussion about it, and don't worry about the divine masculine energies might look like they are, or the male might seem like they checked out. Sometimes, a lot of times with males, they look like they check out, but they really are processing and analyzing what you're saying. You know, I know a lot of times dad said that, or they're thinking about, you know, I don't want to counteract it with anything else. This is something, again, that they're doing. This right now, you're being guided from the angels to release the burdens. If this stuff, again, this family is getting on your nerves, and they're acting as if they are an actual burden, it's time to release. It's time to clear your energies. Look and seeing about what is it that, again, that you're attracting this kind of situation to you. Again, it's something family dynamic. Again, this is something that, again, you need to look and see about your ancestors, or even the family dynamics that you have even prior to where you came from. Is this playing also a part too as well? Because it's stopping you from really truly moving into your divinity like Spirit wants you to. And again, it's something that's got to be communicated. You're going to have that talk with that family as well, and you might feel like you're scared, or you might have to even write that letter or email or that text or whatever, but it's got to come out, okay? Because Spirit wants you, when you're talking about this connection with people, and this connection, and you being at the end of the day with your divine feminine, clear as far as union. What's the energy that they're saying as far as union? Got these interesting cards here. Let's see. I use these in a minute either. These make nasty cards to the Night Power. It's about the divine masculine energies. We got 1, 2, 7 of Cups. Really having some options, but understanding that whatever it is, you got to make sure that this options is something that puts you at the table and you're being fed. And the divine feminine energies is also on board with too as well, and is enjoying seeing you in the divine masculine energies being fed, like food for thought. I'm seeing here, and really being in the driver's seat, because she looks like, to me, she's sitting on the table and she's serving herself up and saying, I'm just waiting for you to get what you need, and you being fed by this and know what your next move is. Like, okay, am I being served up next? So again, I'm waiting for you to finish that, and then next you could work on me. You know, and this is where we are. What we're talking about, ooh, wow. The divine master energies, we got King here. Ooh, and he's got his sword there, this wand here as well. Oh, wow, this King here. This is, again, to me, I'm looking at her, she look like the bride, where he's in his emperor, really in his emperor feels. He's got, again, as far as a good handle on him being his male and how he's showing up in the world too as well. But then again, having the divine feminine energies there, willing to be able to make that connection and being pleasured by the connection. And then also, again, he's helping himself being nurtured by the connection. So that's what's going on with that. The divine masculine energies here, well, we have a tower. However, this tower is going to be able to bring the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies together, where, again, he's going to be feeling like, again, the divine feminine is in his spirit, is also pleasuring in the divine masculine energies as far as how he's showing up in the world. So there's a coming together, a union of that. But this tower moment has got to occur, and that's going to happen in the past in order to bring these two energies together. Okay? Because the divine feminine energies really wants to be able to have a good handle on the this situation. I'm seeing this is, again, about this maleness, this, again, this drive. The divine feminine in the male, this him specifically, is about, again, to me, about his viewpoint about being the man. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Is it really truly giving good roots and growing in the trunk about what is it actually being connected to, and what is it bearing fruit about how he is the man of the family, or how he is being a man in the relationship here too as well, which is going to cause the divine feminine energies, which means, again, with him or the female, to really truly be in love, because he is loving himself. He is really standing in his power. He is really listening to his heart and really listening to the divine feminine energies and getting in touch with that too as well, which is going to cause this connection. The divine masculine energies, we got sword here. This about this conflict, about him coming and showing both of them being masking their emotions too as well. This is something that's, again, in order for the divine feminine energies and divine masculine energies to come together, it's got to be, again, a pleasuring of the divine feminine energies that's really, again, feeling good about being in, again, literally from the cards, into the divine feminine energies as well, and the divine masculine energies, really submitting himself, becoming more vulnerable to it, and making sure that, again, it's not like the divine master say, this is how I am in the world, you know, you got to play the game by my rules. It's about, again, it's a submitting into what the spirit, the divine feminine energies, what's going on within, what things you are observing, the way you are being, and it's got to be a submitting to that and making sure that you are bringing what is pleasurable to your divine feminine energies within, and making sure that that is coming to a climax, as you may say, or feeling good about where we are as far as us coming together in that union energies here. Because, again, you got the Six of Pentacles here. It's something about, again, that the divine masculine and divine feminine energies, and I think I've seen that with somebody saying it's going to be revealed, it's going to be told, either by this person look like a friar or some kind of message. Some kind of message is going to kind of really put the divine feminine, divine masculine energies on notice about this fear. And it's like, you know, you might be doing this. I'm seeing both of these look very youthful. To me, there's an underdevelopedness here that they're heading for, and it needs to be developed. And it looks like, again, there's got to be a maturity, either a mature person or somebody's going to step up to give some knowledge. They have some knowledge, either through the experience or situation, that's going to help the divine masculine to say, listen here, you're being a little immature about some things. You're being a little undeveloped. You don't quite have a good feeling. You're not really evolved where you are. And again, it looks like to me this is almost like a secret. Like both of them look like, who you telling? I know everything. Like, no, you still wet behind the ears. It's still some things that we got to kind of deal with. It's still some things that we got to mature, and we got to have that spiritual growth that we talked about there, in order to be able to bedfellows, because it look like it's being caught. And so that might be part of the tower moment. And like they said, that I think that was what you call it, Twin Flame All Stars with Kirk, and he was saying that the divine masculine is going to be exposed. I think it's the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies are both going to be exposed about their immaturity and where they think that they know it all, and the universe is going to show through this tower moment that occurs with the divine masculine energies that you don't know anything, and it's still always, like they say, you don't ever stop learning. You always are learning as well about the world, because these is pentacles. That's about the world. You don't have a good grasp on it. Again, there, you know, both of you all are naked, very vulnerable, at a vulnerable point because of what has happened. Like I said, the tower moment has came, and both of them are in like a vulnerable, but again, you're still growing, you're still learning, you're still knowing, you're quite not there. And that's why you need this person to come and kind of expose you about some things that still need to be learned. Okay, but again, that's because of that fear, and that fear is kind of keeping you encapsulated in that moment of maybe something that happened that like teenage years, or like teenage, and where you have that like, I want this love and all this stuff. But like, again, with that, and you're older now, it comes maturity with that. You want that mature love, so it don't run into this again where everybody in the family is getting on your nerves and they're acting you know, like not the way in which you want it to be, because it said about you having an open mind. That's why you got to have this heart-to-heart talk. Okay, I'm looking at this like something on the sheets in here, in between the sheets. Is this person? No, wait a second. I'm looking at this again. This is a drawing board. I mean, this person is actually drawing them. Wow. Yeah, that actually, this person is also, I think it's still a message though. But again, this person is like also drawing, and I think it's still exposure. Is again through that drawing, and the picture that's being painted of them is like, this is the picture that you're portraying out. We got to change the picture. We got to change the way in the image, in which is again showing that you're immature, you're not well developed, is not that, and we've got to change the image about how we're being viewed of the world and how the world is viewing us. And so therefore there's the change. Wow. And because of this fear, we're not able to see things clearly like it is, because again, we got to have we are being tested, resolved to live in the energy of love. Do I have this out here? Let me see if I got this book here, just to make sure. I just have this one. Yep, I think that's him. Ain't that him? Yeah. Let me look at this and see what their interpretation is. This is the Six of Pentacles. Just want to see the Six of Pentacles. An unpleasant arrival, need for stability, need for new stability, jealousy, or possessiveness. Yeah, it is the need for it. Like I say, it's immaturity and undeveloped. I've been said that. So new stability. I still think that somebody either is going to see on the outside. Like some people say, I've been watching, I've been paying attention to you. And whatever this image that you're doing that they're saying, they're going to help to kind of correct you on something. So you might get a wise person. Somebody that might be an artist, to me, is like, again, might have a more free or open mind to this, and be able to kind of point you in the direction, because both of them looking like what you're doing here. But I think this person is going to help to deliver the message to help you to get out of the situation that you are in, okay, and shine some light on that. All right. Okay, then, as always, thank you so very much for tuning in on this one. I hope this helps. As well, if you need any help or assistance on your journey, you can catch me on Divine Unisouls 11.co, which is the website, in which it has all my information. All that stuff is in the description box below. I also have a spell. Ooh, Lord, I wish. I also have a special going on as well for July and August, which will be half off on my past life regression sessions, to see about, is there anything as far as patterns or things in the past that's stopping you. Maybe this fear factor is beyond this lifetime, or it might be developed in a family aspect, and this is why it keeps on going, and maybe you don't know anything about it from your past or this life, and we can unpack it. So usually my past life regression sessions are $250. However, I will, again, for the sale, I'm slashing it half off, and so then you only pay $125. This is in person or remote. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, you could come and get your past life regression session here at the Shanti Wellness Center studio, and otherwise you can again do it via Zoom, and we could do it that way too. All right, then, as always, remember to hit the like, share, and I see baby looking at it. Hit the like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified to these. Remember, I come out once a week, or unless I'm being guided to and Spirit tells me to rest. And let you all catch up to my messages too as well. Sometimes it does that, because I found out I'm a week ahead as well with my messages. You see me talk about that in the female, the divine feminine, or the really the current energies for the collective, but it looked like it's more so the feminine energies was resonated on that one. too as well. So you will see I talk about how I got proof that I'm a week ahead on my predictions. So again, on my readings or what is being channeled to me too as well. All right, then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. Even my television say it's time up. Okay, thank you. All right, then, until next time, we talk to you real soon.